Hey guys, this is Gerald. Hope you guys are doing well. Hey, I'm going to be doing some videos like this on a regular basis, and so I thought this would be a great chance to start one with Easter coming up in a couple of days. Um, there's been a lot going on in our world lately. This week, especially, we get the Brussels attacks that have happened, and Paris. A few months ago. You have presidential candidates that are coming out and charging up the atmosphere, and we just live in a world full of fear right now, don't we? I mean, it can be a place where we worry and we get afraid and we get anxious and we don't know what's going on, and that even though those things feel sometimes far away, like on the other side of the ocean, they're relevant to us today too, and we all feel this sense around us of fear, and society is at this place where people are just afraid. And you can sense it out there that there's hope that kind of is dwindling. And so I think it's important to talk about, what do you do with this fear? I mean, what are you doing with it right now? Because I think a tendency for us is to worry. Some of us just worry, and that to worry turns into anxiety, and it takes us to a place where we can't get over it, and it keeps us up at night, or it just wakes us up in the middle of the night, or it's on our conversation, the tip of our tongue all the time, where we just worry and struggle. It could mean that you start to take life into your own hands. You figure, well, no one else is going to figure this out. I better do some things on my own to protect myself, and so you kind of become very self-sufficient. Maybe sometimes when there's a lot of fear going on and hope is dwindling, we just forget. Like, I think that's true for me. I just forget who I am. I forget where I am. I forget what I'm standing on. I forget the foundation that's underneath me, and I just start to worry about things. I like to play golf, and it's really important when you play golf to keep your eyes focused on the right thing. Like, if I'm looking at the sand trap, if I'm looking at the water when I'm trying to hit my ball, if I'm even looking at the hole ahead, I am not going to hit that golf ball. Okay, that golf ball is going to I'm just going to miss it and it's going to stay right there, or it's going to go into the sand trap, or it's going to go into the water right in front of me. I have to be keeping my eyes on the ball, and I was thinking about that when it relates to hope and fear in our world, because it's possible right now that we are looking at the wrong thing, and it's possible in your life that you begin to look at the wrong things. And now let me talk to you guys who you consider yourself a Christ follower, because for people who aren't there, if you don't consider yourself a Christian, the best thing that you can do, like the best option you have, might be to worry, or might be to figure this out on your own. And I can't really give you a lot of help there. But if you're a Christian, a Christ follower, someone who has surrendered their lives to God through Jesus Christ, which is really what that means. Let me just say this, and I'm reminding myself of this as much as you. You have another option. In the wake of not only Brussels and Paris and the presidential campaign, which is so ridiculous now, I just want to forget about it, right? But in the worries that come closer to home, you have another option. I have another option. And that option is summed up really, really well in a book of the Bible called Hebrews. And in Hebrews chapter 12, it says this. It says, "Let us fix our eyes on Jesus, the author and the perfecter of our faith, who for the joy set before him endured the cross, scorning its shame, and sat down at the right hand of the throne of God. Consider him," consider Jesus, it says, who endured such opposition from sinful men, so that you will not grow weary and lose heart. He's reminding us, hey, you got your eyes fixed on the wrong things. And in fact, the author of this was talking to some people who were struggling, some people who were possibly in fear, some people who, in their culture, in their day, death was always right around the corner. Struggle was always right around the corner. Opposition was always right around the corner. And what the author of this passage is saying to them, and I believe to us today, it's so relevant. He says, don't fix your eyes on the worry. Don't fix your eyes on the problem. It's like when I'm playing golf, I have to fix my eyes on the right place. And he's saying that the right place to fix your eyes, if you're a Christ follower, the right place to fix your eyes is on Jesus, not the problem. And sometimes our issue is that we have our vision misplaced. We are looking at the wrong thing. And so Easter is coming up. Good Friday is tomorrow. And what a great reminder that this passage says, who the author of our faith, who for the joy set before him endured the cross. He endured the cross for us. And when he endured the cross, then he sat down at the right hand of the throne of God. And so our choice is this. We can either look at our worries and concerns and we can figure them out ourselves, which I don't know about you, but I have worries that are impossible for me to figure out right now. I can't do it on my own. I've tried and it's a struggle and it ends up in a dead end every single time. Or I can look to Jesus himself, to the one who holds my problem in his hand, and he looks at it and he says, this is not as big of a deal as you think it is. He holds my problem in his hand and he says to me, hey, I got this. It's right here. Just look to me. Look to me. Keep your eyes on me. So I'm going to go into Easter this week, believing and trusting that as I look at him, as I keep my eyes on him, he's going to deal with all the rest. And when I do that, that gives me this overwhelming sense of peace, this overwhelming sense of the fact that I've got my feet on a solid foundation, not a shaky one. This overwhelming sense that I may have problems that I can't figure out, but that's okay. That's okay. So my challenge to you, my friends, my challenge to you is to find yourself in a place where you're able to say, okay, I can't figure this out, and that's all right, because I'm looking to the one who can, and I'm going to trust the one who can. The one who holds all my problems in his hand and says, these are just temporary things, This is just a temporary deal. Put your eyes on me, because what we have, the relationship that we have, is an eternal thing, is a permanent thing. And hey, if you haven't surrendered your life to him, that may sound like the craziest thing in the world for you to do. I understand that. That may sound so counterintuitive. Let me just challenge you to try it out. Try it out this Easter. With everything breaking loose in our world, what do you have to lose? What do you have to lose? God bless you guys. I'll see you again later. If you have a comment, we'd love to hear it. If you find this on Facebook, you can find us at Next Wave Church and leave a comment. I'd love to interact with you there, or shoot me a note and let me know what you think. God bless you guys. Happy Easter.